In a chilling tale of love turned deadly, meet James Craig, a man consumed by rage and jealousy. His crumbling marriage, his wife's newfound love for another woman, Sunny, and a bitter custody battle all led to a fateful night of unspeakable horror. On that day, James snapped, brutally murdering his wife, her mother, and even his own 2 daughters. But in a shocking twist, his lawyer would claim that James was not in his right mind, that he was driven by a mental breakdown. Was James Craig a cold-blooded killer, or a broken man consumed by his demons? Join me as we delve into the shocking true story of the Kahler family case, a case that will leave you questioning the limits of human sanity and the darkness that lurks within. Let's get started. The story from harmony to turmoil. James Craig Kahler, born in 1963, and Karen Kahler, born in 1965, met as students in Texas. Craig, an engineering student, and Karen, a humanities freshman, quickly began a relationship. Married in the late 1980s, Craig's successful career in a large utility company allowed them to live comfortably in Weatherford's prestigious neighborhood. Emily excelled academically and attended a pharmacy college. Lauren, a talented musician, aspired to attend a conservatory, and Sean, an inquisitive boy, was passionate about numismatics and archaeology. The Kahlers appeared to be a perfect, well-off family, deeply connected with their children. Craig and Karen appeared to have a perfect life, with Craig providing and Karen making a comfortable home and raising their 3 children. However, in 2007, Karen confided in her sister Linda about her distress. Craig was controlling and demanding detailed reports of all expenditures and activities. The family lived on a strict schedule dictated by him, including when to eat and sleep, and even intimacy was timed. Karen felt enslaved with no free time, just endless responsibilities. Despite her efforts, Craig's control only intensified. Karen, financially dependent on Craig, didn't want to break up the family. Disturbed by this, Linda learned that behind the facade, Craig was a domestic tyrant. Karen decided to find a job to gain some independence. Karen's secret passion. Despite her age and 3 children, Karen was in great shape. She maintained good nutrition, followed diets, took care of herself, and jogged daily. Secretly, she joined a fitness club and worked out for hours, finding it a way to de-stress. Impressed by her dedication, the club offered her a position as a fitness instructor with potential for a contract. Karen, once a housewife, now had a chance to earn money doing what she loved. When her husband Craig discovered this, instead of being offended, he surprisingly supported her, with the conditions that she be home when he arrived, cook meals, and maintain their intimate life. Karen's secret relationship. Karen, a stay-at-home mom, formed a strong bond in the club with Sunny Rice, a new fitness instructor. Their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship, which they kept hidden. Karen eventually confessed to her husband Craig, who surprisingly agreed to her relationship with Sunny on one condition: he wanted to join them. Karen was shocked but initially agreed, along with Sunny. However, Craig's true intentions soon revealed a desire for dominance, and the women ended the arrangement. Craig tried to win Sunny over with gifts and attention, but was rebuffed. He demanded Karen end the affair, but she chose to continue seeing Sunny, with whom she had fallen deeply in love. After nearly 20 years of marriage, Karen was prepared to leave Craig for a new relationship. Before we continue our video, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications of the latest video uploads. A desperate attempt to save the marriage. Craig, facing turmoil in his marriage, opted to relocate the family to Columbia, Missouri, hoping to end his wife's affair with Sunny. Despite his improved job prospects, Karen and Sunny persisted in their relationship, meeting clandestinely even after the move. The family struggled to adapt to the new city, while Craig, unaware of the ongoing affair, believed he had severed ties with Sunny. However, Karen and Sunny's bond remained strong, defying Craig's efforts to salvage their family life. Karen's marriage reached its breaking point by December 2008, as she no longer loved her husband, Craig. Their secret affair with Sunny continued until a disastrous New Year's Eve party, where their intimacy became public. Craig's fury erupted, leading to a violent confrontation where he physically assaulted Karen, causing her to stumble and hit her head after a heated exchange at the party. Under the influence of alcohol, they openly displayed their affection, humiliating Craig in front of friends and family. Enraged, Craig verbally attacked them, then physically assaulted Karen, dragging her away, shaking her violently, and slapping her, causing her to fall and hit her head. This public confrontation marked the final blow to their crumbling marriage, the breakdown of a marriage. After this incident, Karen initiated divorce proceedings and demanded custody of their children. Craig pleaded for reconciliation, but she remained resolute. Despite his efforts to rally support from friends and family, Karen left for Sonny, citing her long-standing unhappiness in their marriage. A heated argument led to Craig's first instance of physical violence, resulting in his arrest. Though he claimed innocence, Karen moved out with the children before the divorce was finalized. Craig, feeling betrayed by his daughters because they were in her mother's favor, distanced himself from them, focusing on his son, Sean. Despite ongoing legal proceedings, he held on to hope for Karen's return, refusing to accept the reality of their separation. When he found all the doors closed, he began to misbehave. Craig's jealousy drove him to extreme measures, including spying on Karen. He followed her relentlessly, even attempting to install hidden cameras in her home. His obsession cost him his job, forcing him to move in with his parents. With ample free time, he continued stalking Karen until she took legal action to keep him away. How did grandmother's house turn into a nightmare? In November 2009, Karen and her children visited her grandmother, Dorothy White, in Burlingame, Kansas. On November 29th, neighbors reported a suspicious van and gunshots at Dorothy's house. When the police arrive, they find a terrified Sean Keller alive in a terrifying scene. 44-year-old Karen and her daughter 18-year-old Emily were found dead, while 10-year-old Lauren and 89-year-old her mother were critically injured. Despite efforts to save them, Lauren and Dorothy succumbed to their injuries the next day. The police investigation revealed that Craig, Karen's ex-husband, was the perpetrator, motivated by a bitter custody battle and a history of domestic violence. The tragedy left the community in shock. Sean, the sole survivor, recounts the horror of his father entering the kitchen with a shotgun and shooting his mother twice without a word. Sean froze, then ran out the back door as his father stared at him. He attempted to warn his grandmother and sisters but heard more gunshots. Fearing for his life, Sean hid in a nearby outbuilding, waiting in terror for his father to come after him. Craig was placed on the wanted list as armed and dangerous. Police tracked his speeding truck, leading to his abandonment in a wooded area. He was apprehended the next morning, confessing to carrying a gun and knife, but without intent to use them. At the station, Craig fully admitted his guilt, sharing his wife's infidelity, public humiliation, and failed attempts to save their marriage, which cost him his job and self-respect. He broke down in tears, feeling betrayed by his daughters and unsure how he'd taken such a drastic step. Justice served, but at what cost? Craig's trial began in December 2010, with his lawyer arguing insanity due to mental illness and emotional distress. However, the prosecution found no evidence of insanity, only calculation, and Craig was sentenced to death in August 2011. Despite his son Sean's testimony asking for leniency, Craig's appeals have been unsuccessful. The court rejected the insanity plea, citing the repeal of the relevant law in Kansas and the lack of evidence supporting Craig's claim. Sean, now an adult, was taken in by his maternal grandmother and has finished school and started working in his home state. Craig remains in prison, fighting to overturn his death sentence. Craig's legal team continues to seek a review of the case, but the verdict remains unchanged. Thanks for watching this shocking true story. The Kahler family case is a tragic reminder that even the most unlikely person can be capable of unimaginable harm. It's a stark warning sign that we need to pay attention to the mental health of those around us, especially in bad relationships. Let's work together to create a supportive community that encourages open conversations and seeks help when needed. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos featuring cases never before seen on YouTube.